From the pages of Power Slam Issue 2, welcome to a deep dive into the pages of Power Slam Magazine, Issue 2, September 1994. This issue delivers a captivating look at the state of professional wrestling in the mid-90s, covering major storylines, controversies, and behind-the-scenes developments. Let's break it down, segment by segment. The Vince McMahon steroid trial, the verdict and fallout. One of the most significant topics covered in this issue is the conclusion of Vince McMahon's steroid distribution trial. On July 22, a Uniondale, New York jury found McMahon not guilty of conspiring to distribute anabolic steroids. The verdict marked the end of a 2.5-year legal battle that threatened the very foundation of the World Wrestling Federation. McMahon, alongside his wife Linda, son Shane, and attorneys Laura Bravetti and Jerry McDevitt celebrated the victory, while wrestling fans in attendance erupted in applause. In a press conference following the verdict, McMahon addressed the media, stating that the ordeal was something no American should have to endure. The issue revisits the key testimonies of the trial, including those from Dr. George Zahorian, Rick Rude, Kevin Wachholz, The Ultimate Warrior, and Hulk Hogan. Notably, Hogan, testifying under immunity, revealed he had used steroids from 1976 to 1989, but maintained that Titan Sports had never purchased them for him. His testimony was instrumental in debunking the prosecution's claims. The trial's outcome had an immediate impact on WWF programming. Monday Night Raw referenced the case, with wrestlers and commentators dropping tongue-in-cheek remarks about the not guilty verdict, turning what could have been a disaster into an opportunity to maintain WWF's momentum. Hulk Hogan's impact in WCW, Bash at the Beach and beyond. Hulk Hogan's arrival in WCW was nothing short of a game-changer. The Bash at the Beach pay-per-view on July 17 was a high-stakes event that WCW had to succeed with, and it did. Hogan defeated Ric Flair to become the WCW World Heavyweight Champion in front of 15,000 fans, and generated a reported 230,000 pay-per-view buys. In an interview featured in the issue, Hogan expressed excitement about wrestling in England for WCW's Hulkamania Tour, where he was set to face Ric Flair in back-to-back matches at the Birmingham NEC and Wembley Arena. Hogan also admitted that, in recent years, his passion for wrestling had waned, but that his return to WCW had reignited his enthusiasm. Financially, Hogan's signing proved a massive investment for WCW, with rumors suggesting he pocketed around $700,000 for his Bash at the Beach performance alone. WWF SummerSlam 1994 preview. Scheduled for August 29 in Chicago, Illinois, SummerSlam promised several high-profile matchups. Bret Hart vs. Owen Hart, a steel cage match for the WWF World Heavyweight Championship, continuing their legendary sibling rivalry. The Undertaker vs. The Undertaker, a bizarre showdown revealing that yes, there were indeed two Undertakers, with Brian Lee playing the imposter. Razor Ramon vs. Diesel. Razor, with Walter Payton in his corner, looked to reclaim the Intercontinental Championship from Diesel. The Headshrinkers vs. Bam Bam Bigelow and IRS, a tag team championship bout. Alundra Blaze vs. Bull Nakano, a WWF Women's Championship match. Lex Luger vs. Tatanka, with speculation that Tatanka might turn heel and align with Ted DiBiase. Jeff Jarrett vs. Mabel, an undercard match with big implications. Predictions from the magazine suggested that Bret Hart would retain his title, Razor Ramon would reclaim the Intercontinental Championship, and Bigelow and IRS would capture the tag titles. The Best There Is? A debate on Bret Hart's greatness. A feature article questions whether Bret Hart's famous moniker, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, is justified. The article examines his standing among past greats like Ed Strangler Lewis, Lou Thesz, and Ric Flair. While Hart's technical ability is praised, the debate remains open on whether he truly surpasses legends from previous eras. The rise of ECW. Extreme Championship Wrestling was beginning to carve out its identity as an alternative to the mainstream wrestling promotions. The issue details a July 16 ECW arena event that featured brutal matches including Sabu vs. Shane Douglas and a barbed wire match between the Public Enemy and the Funk Brothers. The article highlights ECW's growing cult following and its reputation for violent, hard-hitting action. WCW roster additions, The Good, the Bad, and the Bushwhackers. WCW's acquisition spree continued with names like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the Honky Tonk Man, and possibly the Bushwhackers. The magazine questions WCW's strategy, suggesting that while Hogan brought legitimacy to the title scene, the influx of aging WWF talent could be a detriment. The September 1994 issue of Power Slam provided a comprehensive snapshot of a wrestling world in transition. From Vince McMahon's legal exoneration to the seismic shifts in WCW with Hulk Hogan at the helm, this issue captured the industry's defining moments. With SummerSlam around the corner, ECW pushing the boundaries of wrestling entertainment, and the ongoing debate over Bret Hart's place in history, this period was anything but predictable. And remember, like, share, and subscribe.